host, Yusuf. I'm here with
Sampsin Grey.
the man when it comes to having a plan about movies. Appreciate you being on the show today, man.
No problem.
Cool. So, I guess before we really get into prying into the meat of this thing, what's new with you? What's up?
Still pushing Hey God. Dropped August 1st. Been getting very good, hella feedback off of that. So just still listen to it. It's on SoundCloud, Tidal, and Apple Music. So you can cop that at SoundCloud, Tidal, Apple Music. Just type in Sampsin Grey, Hey God, and then I am in a film.
Oh, yeah?
Which will be premiering December 2nd. Yes, December 2nd at USC Upstate at the Tukey Theater. It's called Charlevoix Street. And I have a little small role in it, but we got to start off somewhere.
Oh, yeah. It's like they say in the business, there are no small parts.
Exactly.
Just small actors, right? Are you a small actor? Are you a big actor?
I mean, I'm 5'7".
Okay.
I'm 5'6". I just like
okay. That's normal size, man.
Yeah.
Normal size actor. But yeah, man. So apparently, film was one of your passions. I think didn't we discuss that last time you were on the show?
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, because we did talk for a little bit about some things, jump from subject to subject. But what thing in particular I wanted to. Well, let me ask you one more thing before we jump into it. What's really good? What's brand new? What have you been doing this week?
What have I been doing this week? Honestly, just going to school and playing video games and just minding my business.
See, that's funny. I'm like a show host, and what comprises most of my day is literally getting into other people's business. But I mean, that lends itself easily to my personality because I'm just a nosy guy.
And see, the thing is, I
just be all in everything.
I have a vibrant personality, but it's like I'm going to do this and only this.
I feel you.
Like,
see, I lack focus. It's hard for me to focus on one thing, but it's probably part of my condition too. Diagnosed ADD. So it's just like my attention is everywhere.
There's nothing wrong with that.
So what you been playing?
Lately, I'm a huge wrestling fan, so
Okay.
I cop WWE 2K18, and it's like, it might as well just be like Vince McMahon doesn't like you simulator. Like, because honestly, that's what it is. Like, so last year's version was hella different because it seemed like a little bit too easy.
Yeah.
Like, you can have like a 90 overall within like a month, but you start off with a shitty overall. Like, you don't even have like all the like tights and stuff unlocked, so it's like you got standard bullshit ass gear.
So you just got like your mom's stocking that you wear as like a hat.
Pretty much. Like, you have to like grind. Like, I've had this
shorts,
game for like a solid
socks.
3 weeks now. I'm only at a 59 overall.
Oh wow.
And I'm just like, that's why I've just been like going to class, doing my homework, going to the gym, eating, and this.
Oh, you've been grinding on
I'm
the
like,
game.
I'm going to grind this. Like, I will not be defeated by a video game.
Word. Video games, they got a way of really tapping into our soul. It's like a personal challenge.
Like, I'll go to work on the weekends and I'm like, don't disturb. Phone on, do not disturb immediately. Like, I don't want any distractions.
Oh wow. Word. So and this is what's the game? WrestleMania?
On WWE 2K18.
WWE 2K18. What system is that for?
PS4. You get it on Xbox and Switch.
Okay.
I kind of want to Switch, to be honest.
Man, I've been playing Super Mario Odyssey.
It's
like,
good.
my homeboy's got one. It's probably the best Mario game of all time. Like, and that's no small feat.
Of all time.
Mario games are good. Like, when they're good, they're good.
Wow.
There aren't I can't think of any Mario games themselves that are literally bad games.
So, better than Super Mario World.
Bro. Oh my god. It's like it's everything. Like I was watching, have you seen Stranger Things?
I actually haven't. I thought about starting that. Like, I've never seen even season 1.
Well, when you watch it, just keep this in mind. Stranger Things is a hodgepodge of everything that's come before it, and it's like apparent that you can see it, but it's not like too heavily leaning on these things to make it what it is. It's all there, you know it, and it's good. That's what Super Mario Odyssey is. There's new gameplay mechanics. There's old stuff Like it's old familiar. Then there's like brand new stuff on top of it. The way the game plays out is different from previous Mario games, but it's still the same kind of story.
Oh, okay.
You know, Bowser and the princess, and gotta go save them and all this other stuff.
Because when I first saw like the trailers for it, I'm like, Mario's in the city,
Yeah.
so it's like GTA Mario.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. And you saw all those memes and stuff they were making where they would put Mario literally in GTA.
I was like, oh god. Like,
I mean, it's so good. Like I think the thing for me was controls. Controls are very important as an avid gamer. You would say that, right? So like ease of use, flexibility, and just like intuitiveness. Like you need to be able to pick up the controller, be able to play, but if there's anything new, you need to be able to easily incorporate that into how you play the game.
exactly.
This game does that flawlessly.
Oh, wow.
It's flawless. It's so good. And like there's and it's deep. So there's like all kinds of stuff you can. It's crazy. It's got this hat throwing mechanic.
I saw that because he has like the eyes on the hat now. It's like the eyes,
Yeah,
like the hat is its own person.
Itself. The hat's kind of like Tails if Tails was useful in Sonic 2.
It's funny because like my roommate's a huge Sonic fan. It's like he's like in the living room right now playing Sonic Forces and stuff. Like I'm just like, okay, like the last Sonic game I ever played was Sonic Heroes. So
Okay.
and
Wow, it's been a while ago.
yes, I'm
like
like
2005.
4.
Yeah.
Like
Oh man.
other than the wrestling games I've been playing, like I've been being a terrible person on Tekken 7.
I got you.
Like just online being a terrible human being.
You're like losing all the time, or
No, like just
spamming.
either like winning matches or getting spammed and like sending people messages. Like that's what I mean by being a terrible human.
I got you.
Like
I got you. It's like I would never say these things in front of my family, but I'm going to say them to you.
and it's funny because like I'll like disrespect the person, but like give them a comment at the same time. So I'll be like, "You're a piece of shit that spams, but your mother's a nice human being."
I'm sure your mother makes lovely, delicious cookies. Fuck you. God, that's wild, B. So yeah, so that's what's up, man. So you got some good game playing. See, I haven't played a video game since maybe XCOM. I played XCOM on my PC for like a grand total of like 2 weeks. And that was the last thing I played before I can't even remember what. Because I'm a casual gamer. I just play like casual phone games. I never thought I'd see the day when I would play games on a phone.
I can't get into like the XCOM like strategy stuff.
XCOM is
I always feel
a
too dumb
different
for it.
kind of difficult.
Like
Now XCOM is in a class by itself. Like the Super Mario versus Rabbids game is basically XCOM. It's way easier.
oh,
Way easier. XCOM is unforgiving. XCOM is punishing.
it just seems like I have to actually like enlist to like understand this game.
Yeah. No, I mean XCOM itself isn't hard, but it's just like you gotta execute flawlessly, or else like those two characters that you've been building for 5 missions are dead. That's it.
Oh yeah, because they do have like permanent death.
Yeah, permadeath to all your characters. So you've been building this character, and it's like you've been jobbing for like 3 missions, and then you make one, like you move one space too short, and then you end your turn.
Oh
And you're like,
wow.
I shouldn't have done that. And before you could even finish saying I shouldn't have done that, your dude's getting his head blown off. It's like he's dead, and the rest of your team's getting mind controlled, and they're shooting each other and screaming,
Oh Jesus.
running it. It's infuriating. XCOM can make you mad. So, but yeah, I was just trying to see what you're getting into in life, and that's a bit of what I'm getting into. I'm just doing production. I got some videos I got to make, and I've been taking pictures and stuff. I'm doing this little job for a local bar, trying to drum up some business. Shout out to Shakers. Go to Shakers. It's not going to be there forever. They're moving to Dan's place over by Mr. Gaddy's. I mean, that's only going to matter if you're local. To the rest of you, if you're ever in Spartanburg, slide on through Dan's place. It's a good time. So yeah, that's the obligatory advertisement for today. So to get to the reason that you're here and the meat of the conversation. So I was browsing Facebook and I saw that a certain Sampsin Grey had posted What did he say? I can write 10 pages on why Men in Black is the best movie. Is that what you said? Like, if I'm
yes,
misquoting
indeed.
you,
Like that's
let me know.
Said it word for word.
Okay. And I was like, you got to be on the show. We need to talk about this.
Like, first of all, as would be like the first 8 pages would just be about the theme song Will Smith did for this. Like, the first 8 pages alone would just be that. Like,
that's a good song.
Cause like I listen to this song maybe 10 times a month.
Okay.
Like, I'm in the gym, plays the song. Like, in the car, plays the song. Walking to class, playing the song.
Okay. Now,
like, it's that good.
How many people do you think literally have like Will Smith songs on their playlist right now?
I'm probably like the only like person of my age. Other than that, probably like middle-aged fathers.
Yeah.
Like very suburban middle-aged fathers.
It's gonna call me out. I ain't got no kids, but I'm old enough to be a middle-aged father.
Like, I've always had this debate with people. I'm like, Will Smith was a great rapper.
Yeah.
Like, it takes talent not to curse or even say the N-word. So I was like, he said like shit like damn and stuff.
Yeah.
It's damn really a curse word.
Yeah.
So.
And he cursed in his films.
Yes.
To make up for it.
It's like. And he sold records doing this. Like, he had corny
so many
songs like I Can Fight Mike Tyson. It's a corny song nowadays. Like,
nobody can fight Mike Tyson.
Like, it was a very corny, playful song. Like, parents just don't understand. Summertime is forever a hit. Like, that song is just gonna play every day after the kids like school break starts.
Yeah, and you always hear that sample. You hear a lot of that sample a lot.
Yes.
The same sample from that song.
I was like, he gave y'all Miami with the
Welcome to Miami.
Yeah, the whisper sample. I'm like, y'all.
Is that where that was?
Yeah. What's the name of the original song? Rock steady, rock into the beat of all night long. Yeah. I'm just like, y'all not gonna deny this man and his hits. Like, whereas I'm not saying he's top 10.
Right.
Because that's just like unreasonable.
I mean, but like a lot of people were bumping Will Smith because he's clean. Like I've heard many white people say, "I love Will Smith." I'm turning my kids on to Will Smith.
Like a clean rapper today would probably like. I'm not gonna say he's gonna go platinum by tomorrow.
Right.
He's gonna do numbers just because there's an audience. There's probably gonna have to be an audience for that.
Yeah.
Like there has to be.
There is. I've heard like from the dealings in music that I've been doing for well over a decade. I always run into guys, promoters, be they janky or not. They were always like, you got to make some clean tracks. If nothing else, not just for the radio, but it's like, you start writing clean stuff, there's a whole market. There's a whole bunch of people that will buy your stuff just because there's no profanity in it.
I can't currently do that right now, but
I feel you. Like it's hard. It ain't easy.
And the thing is, like, I've been writing lately and stuff. It's like I've been cursing less. But, like, it's just, like, whatever. It's still, like, topics you're not going to, like, okay, Tommy, this is, like, Sampsin Grey. And, like, I'm talking about stuff like death and existential crisis and the earth and why are things. It's like, no. Like, it's going to go over Tommy's head.
Why do cats push things off tables? I just can't understand.
Like, mad, like, just unimportant deep raps, but back to the Men in Black thing. That's like, to me personally, it's like in my top 10 films. Like, my top 10 films like rotates like daily. Like, I'm the type of person that doesn't like the quote unquote classic like respectable films. Like, I think Silence of the Lambs is trash. I think it's boring. You know,
Silence of the Lambs is very
boring.
It's a very drawn out.
Very.
Like it's not what you would call, like I didn't understand. I've seen Silence of the Lambs like 3 or 4 times, and it wasn't until like the 4th or 5th viewing, maybe I don't know how many times I've seen it, but this is over years. Like because when that movie came out, I was a child, but over time I saw it because it's not what you think it is going in, but then as you go through it, you find out that there's a deeper, more complex story. This is just the book that they chose to make the movie after because it was more of it felt more true crime than the actual overreaching story of Hannibal Lecter.
Like, it just seemed like an episode, like a longer episode of, what's that show? Criminal Minds.
Yeah.
Because, like, I watched it maybe, I want to say 5 times, 4 times, maybe even 3. And it's one of those movies I'm just like, why do people herald this as like a great film? Like, it just seems like a standard, like, oh yeah, that was a good film for its time, because like it's boring as hell.
Yeah.
And then like some of the scenes, like,
I mean, I don't disagree with
like,
that.
would you fuck me? I'd fuck me so. Like, what?
So
Like, what? I'm just like, and the first time I saw that reference was in Clerks 2. So like when I saw it in this, I'm like, oh, so that's where this comes from.
Yeah.
I'm like, now that's kind of. I'm like, oh god, but stuff like that and Titanic's a piece of shit in me, because
yeah, Titanic's
it's
garbage.
like the iceberg is the greatest villain of all time. Like, but like,
Rose could have saved some room on that door for your boy. I'm just saying.
he really could have. But like in my top 10 films, just to throw out in like no order, it's like Men in Black,
Okay.
Akira,
Oh, the Japanese animation.
yeah,
Nice.
Ghost in the Shell,
Okay.
Enter the Void, whatchamacallit. For some reason, I really like Minority Report.
Okay.
Like,
Minority Report is an
like,
interesting film.
I like the concept of it.
It had a very fast pace too.
It did. It was like a very long film. So to have a fast pace, it was kind of dope.
Oh yeah, it didn't feel as long as
Yeah.
it was.
The first Matrix.
Which you didn't like the other two?
I like the other two. Like, I really do. Like,
They're definitely
a
not
lot of people
top
shit
10.
on them, but I'm just like, I don't think they're bad.
No, they're not.
Like, but they're clearly meant just for more action than anything else.
Yeah,
like,
they were just kind of like, now you got the story. Here's the rest of the thing.
yeah, it was pretty much like, yo, fuck a plot. Like, we're just gonna throw hands in the freeway and in the rain.
Which was those scenes
Like,
were top notch.
yes, and okay, where are we at? I saw this recent film. It's an anime film called Angel's Egg that doesn't have much dialogue in it.
Angel's Egg
Yeah,
is a long form film. Is it like an hour or two?
it's like maybe not even an hour. Like, I feel like maybe 50 minutes, like
Okay.
around that time. But that was pretty solid.
Angel's Egg.
Um,
I'll have to check that out.
oh, Interstellar 5555, the story of our secret star system, which is it's an animated house musical that's based off Daft Punk's second album, Discovery.
Okay, so it was made by the same people, Galaxy Express 39 and Captain Harlock. Were produced by the same animator.
What's that guy's name? It was like Leiji Matsumoto. Yeah.
Matsumoto Reiji.
Same guy. And no dialogue in the film. It's just the soundtrack from the album, and it's like the story holds up. It's like so dope.
It is good.
Because I remember seeing it like when I was young, and like Adult Swim would just play like one of the songs at a time.
Yeah.
Like they never played it in full. I was just like, oh my god, this is awesome. So when I discovered like maybe 2012, I was like, oh shit, this is cool. That's like what 6 films I named, and then random Queen of the Damned.
Okay.
Because I feel like that's the best vampire movie ever. Like, and that's including like Interview with the Vampire and shit like that.
Okay.
Queen of the Damned. Django, just because I felt like that's like every black person's superhero movie personally.
Django.
Like
The J is silent.
the hilarious KKK scene is like undefeated. And no, have you ever heard like Tyrese actually auditioned to be Django? I'm so serious. Like world star hip hop. I remember a few years ago, like around like maybe a few months after the movie came out, they put up like his audition reel.
Nice.
And oh my god, it would have been a PU stinker if he was cast as Django.
For real?
Because it's like,
Well, he was great in Fast and Furious 2. Too Fast, Too Furious.
it's just like, it's odd because like he's just been wilding lately. But
Let's get into that because I kind of keep my ear to the ground. But some of the things that I've been missing here lately, because I guess I'm just falling out of touch. Because the last meme that tripped me out was niggas be hot thoughting, niggas in the rap game be playing hot thought potato with the same 5 girls.
they really do. And it's like very,
I noticed
it's
that.
very troublesome. I'm
Like
like,
I didn't think about it until
Like, why y'all
until
just-
like
this is kind of
that
like,
came out, and I was like, wait a minute.
y'all don't know people. Like, y'all need to start getting around. Like, I don't understand. Date normal people. Like, you don't have to date someone that's not like rich. Like,
It's insane, man.
but
Like,
and like,
but it'd be like that around. Like, there's just the one girl, like on campus or at the party, who's just like the one girl that's everywhere with all the dudes.
I mean, that's one thing, but
Like, it's
it's
it is
whatever.
what it is, but
But like,
still.
Well, that Tyrese thing, like, I try to come from the angle because I understand how important shit like mental health is. Like,
Yeah,
that's very important.
it's important.
So
It's
I
important.
try not to like do memes, but
Right.
you still gonna catch these
memes
jokes.
Memes are memes.
Yeah,
You gonna catch these jokes.
You gonna catch these jokes. Like,
Come here.
like you're gonna catch these jokes. Like you're on
What are
camera
those?
crying. Like,
Wait, so what happened?
the first video that made rounds was like him about being on child support, and in the whole video he's wearing this hoodie with his daughter name on it, and it says Shayla Rocks. So he was like, I pay $13K a month for child support. What more do you want from me? I'm like, yo, and it keeps going. Like, it's like a minute long type Instagram video.
Well, he'd been doing video. Like, I was following him for a little while because I used to follow this guy named Tommy Sotomayor.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, they had some beef or they were friends. I don't know, but
I'm like, what?
I ended up watching some of Tyrese's stuff, and it put me back on the Sotomayor because I was just running into his stuff every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
But I started watching him more regularly as I was watching Tyrese's stuff because apparently they're associates. But I saw Tyrese, he would just make these inspirational videos. You'd be like,
They're very problematic
wake up
inspirational
in the morning.
videos.
Yeah.
It's like problematic PSAs, like when you hear like the little do 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 do. Hey kids, don't be a bitch, nigga. Like whoa,
Yeah.
like there's a better way to like. There's a better way to form that. Like
You can be nice.
like
You don't have to
say,
be so
hey
mean.
kids, don't be weak. Like be a strong person for your family. Not
Yeah, don't
don't be a
bitch.
pussy. Like whoa, like that's like they'd be very like toxic. Like a woman should be this. Like very
Yeah.
Steve Harvey-ish. Like your
Yeah.
woman should do this for you, and if you're not doing this, you're not a man. It's like Tyrese. Like you are living. You played the biggest piece of shit
that-
in Baby Boy. Like
Yeah.
you have
Not to mention,
like-
I have not watched Baby Boy in its entirety because there aren't many things that disturb me in
Boy
certain
disturbs you?
types of films. Yeah. I don't even remember what it was, but I just remember watching it. I was like, I do not like this. Like, I do not like this thing that just happened to this person.
The most stupidest scene in Baby Boy, that's not logical. Like, guys, women, don't try this shit in real life, but the scene where he's pretty much caught cheating and he's going back to his house and he's arguing with Taraji P. Henson, who's a vet, and Baby Boy, and he's arguing and shit, and then he, like, tries to talk to her, and then Taraji slaps him, like, quick slap, and then he holding his eye, like, oh my god, I just got hit, and then he slaps her back, and it was like, Jody, you said you never hit me. I'm just like, okay, like, yo, you just hit your girl, and like he realizes, like, oh shit, I fucked up, and then like he carries her to the bedroom and proceeds to like eat her out. I'm like, that's toxic. You can't get away with that in real life.
Like it was just that the nature of that film. Like I could detect there was something wrong. Like Precious did the same thing to me.
Precious, all right. So I also have this thing with films where if it's a serious film, I can't watch it more than twice without laughing. Because at a certain point it becomes funny. Like Precious is a comedy
over the top.
after the second watch.
It's just, I couldn't.
Same thing with Color Purple, but which that's a terrible thing to say. But Precious is just funny because, like, you ever watch DVDs with the director's commentary on it?
A few.
Like, there was the director for Precious. He pretty much told pretty much every female not to wear makeup in the movie. And then we all know Mariah Carey, who was just like not Mariah Carey at all in this movie. It's like, who is this pale, frail looking woman? He caught her like with eyeliner on. It was like, bitch, what are you doing? Like,
Really? He put it to her. It's like,
and then the scene where like Precious runs with like the bucket of chicken, like that apparently had so many takes. Like there was a lot of takes that I'm like, yo, you are cruel. Like you was probably sitting there laughing in the director's chair, watching like a big girl run with a bucket of chicken.
yeah.
Like you knew what that was gonna be. You knew that was gonna be funny. Like that's terrible. Like that's a terrible thing.
All right, what I want you to do is you grab the chicken and you run. No, I need you to do that with more feeling.
More feeling. Grab this chicken like you haven't ate in years.
I need you to really make me feel it. Make me break a sweat.
They're filming it like it's a KFC ad. Like,
Probably weren't filming a KFC ad.
it's terrible because like I just find Monique so funny in that movie now. Like anytime I watch it, like I don't take the shit serious. Like
Monique.
at the end when like she's ashy as fuck, she's just like randomly ashy, like didn't understand why she was ashy, and she just like, I told Carl, what you do? What you do? I'm just like, it's a funny line to me now. Like, even though she is describing like her husband or boyfriend at the time in the film raping her daughter, like it's a funny line to me now.
There was so much going on in that movie that was just,
and the rape wasn't even shown.
Right.
It was just like quick cuts. You saw the jar of petroleum jelly. You saw him pull down his pants, and that's all you saw. And that's all that needed to be. Like that's like that's great filmmaking because like you don't want to see graphic stuff. I mean,
that's
film.
definitely like art film style storytelling.
Most definitely, like
which I have a high regard for.
Mm-hmm.
Show don't tell.
Yeah, which is like you would think it's like very like an easy thing for people to learn, but apparently it's not because you just have like super like
extremely long expositions that
like
have nothing to, almost nothing to do with
the torture porn kind of films like Hostel and Teeth and shit like that.
I can't stand Hostel. Like I was okay with Hostel all the way up until the end when he just like runs those chicks over. Like, and I was like, why?
See,
I was angry. It made me mad.
See, I say this, but like one of my favorite horror movies is Hellraiser, and that's like very like
Hellraiser's good,
very good. It's like I don't fuck with shit like Rotten Tomatoes, but every once in a while I kind of like they right, but they just like because the first two Hellraisers are great. Like even though like I was actually looking at this today, Rotten Tomatoes gave like Hellraiser 2 like a 48%. Which I'm like, okay, whatever.
It's not terrible.
But like, just on practical effects wise, which I kind of want to see practical effects back in horror movies, like, because the last good horror movie that came out was Get Out. Like, I'm not really a big fan of stuff like was it Rosabelle or Annabelle? Annabelle, like that's not scared of a doll.
I'm not really a horror guy. I'm psychological thriller, like straight up like slasher films, not so much. There was do you remember the horror movie that was like based on a true story and it was about like two kids go up into the mountains in like Canada or something.
Two kids go up
and they were never seen or heard from again. They like end up chained up in some cave somewhere. It's it was quite unnerving.
I know The Strangers was like based on a true story. The Strangers is like this been boyfriend girlfriend, this married couple. They come from like someone's wedding, and then like these people invade their place for the night, and just like at the end of the movie, spoiler alert or whatever. At the end of the movie, they're like, "Why are you doing this? Why do you do this? Because you were home." I was like, "Oh, it's like based on a true story and shit." I'm like, that's creepy. Just because you were home, like.
Should have stayed out that night.
Should have been lit. But you came home. Why? Because you wanted ice cream. You want to come home. And now we over here getting killed.
Now you're going to die.
But
way
like,
to go. Terrible decision to make.
They need more horror movies about like cults and shit. Because that's like, that's real life stuff. Like that's like when you get indoctrinated and stuff like that, like shit like Heaven's Gate type things. Like that's creepy.
Like, I just wanted a better life. Now I'm dead under a sheet like, wearing a purple jumpsuit.
Like getting past a cup of Kool-Aid with like something Kool-Aid. Sparkly in it. Like, what is that?
What did it say? Jim Jones is the greatest boxer of all time because he knocked out 900 people or 90 people with a single punch.
Stuff like that I find like mad interesting. Like stuff that's based with like UFOs and cults and like secret things. Because like there's real life horror stories like you could just find on the internet. Stuff like half the CIA's like files you can look up online. Yeah. Like half the FBI stuff, like you could go online on this website, like FBI's website, and look up shit like Project Blue Book and shit like that. Like you have access to this stuff. Yes. Granted, some of the stuff is going to be blacked out for obvious reasons. Yeah. But you have access to this thing. It's like, why hasn't like? I'll always think of like horror movie ideas and stuff that makes sense to me.
And then you look it up in the CIA's records to see.
Like like see if it's actual thing. Like
that makes sense.
Because stuff like I was binging the X-Files a whole lot over the summer. Like I haven't gotten past season 2, but like I would just watch it, just like, oh, let me put on X-Files. As a kid, I was scared of the X-Files. Like the theme song would play, I'm like, nope, I'm leaving the room. Grandma, turn that down. Like
for me, it was Unsolved Mysteries.
That's creepy as shit too, because like they never played the Unsolved Mysteries at a reasonable time for you not to be scared. Right? Like it would be like 7 in the morning. nightfall, like
It was
early in the
dark
morning,
outside all
and you're
the
the only
time.
one up, and it's like unsolved mysteries. It's like regular shit, like nothing like ghosts or nothing like that. It's like someone that just went off and is a polygamist now. It's like, but yet this is creepy. Like,
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
why y'all playing this creepy music? Like,
Some of it wasn't that creepy at all.
at all. But
But
it's
some
just
of it was like hella creepy.
the
like,
fact that it was unsolved.
they died mysteriously and nobody knows why to this day.
Like shit that doesn't even make sense. Like they spontaneously combusted.
Yeah, that was a trip.
Like what?
I remember seeing that episode.
It's like, oh, what if I combust?
Yeah, that was like that could totally happen to me too.
And then like the irony is like
Somebody find out why so it doesn't happen.
the
to
irony
any
is
of
like
us.
it goes into the commercial about like the Truth cigarettes. It's like don't smoke. And it's like, oh my god, if I smoke I'll combust, and you connecting things that don't matter.
Yeah.
Like logically this cannot happen. You're just like doing this anyway. Like your anxiety is terrible.
Yes, correlate these things. Correlate this.
But like, cause like horror movies are just like, to me, just hella dope. Like, cause it's the happiest people that write this shit too. That's the thing.
Yeah, it's like I don't see enough horror in my life. Let's make some on screen.
Pretty much.
Eli Roth is an interesting writer.
Like with the Paranormal Activities.
But I will tell you some of my favorite horror that's come, like the stuff in the genre is like video game horror, like Silent Hill.
Yeah, like.
And Resident Evil even. Resident Evil has like creepy
like,
story.
Cause like till this day I like avoid playing games like that.
Yeah.
Like dead ass.
I
Like
feel you.
I've not owned a copy of Resident Evil, nor have I wanted to like own a copy of Silent Hill, cause like I find Pyramid Head terrifying.
Silent Hill is horrifying.
Like, cause it's the like you're just in fog, walking around, waiting for shit.
It's like, hey, I don't know where I am all of a sudden. Oh, this town's full of like weird things that happen, and suddenly at nightfall.
And then I can't remember if it was Silent Hill or like another
Pyramid Head.
video game, but
He
it was,
don't talk much.
it was like a game that would pretty much base the story would go how you're like correlating to like your actual fears. So like if you were arachnophobic or didn't do well with claustrophobia, they will like have.
Oh yeah, and the game would like ask you questions. And
Yeah.
stuff, and you would have to like do a review. You would be like there with a psychiatrist.
Yeah,
and
was
he
it
would
like
ask you
Until
stuff.
Dawn or some shit like that?
I really want to say yeah, but I didn't play it, but I watched somebody play it on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
I watched them play through it, and it was a trip.
Cause like I saw a couple clips of that, I'm just like, wow, like this is like it was something I would never buy. Cause I gotta be more interactive with the game. It just came like a choose your own adventure to me. I'll read a book if that's the case.
I got you.
But
choose your own adventure books. Bomb.
like the Goosebump joints and all of that. But it's like, yo, this is whose budget was behind this? Cause y'all went in depth. Like this is good. But like stuff like that, and I'm very like Japanese horror movies are just like
They get into you.
they are very
They
serious
get
about horror.
inside you.
Like the original Grudge, like even though the American version was cool, the first one,
Yeah.
and shit like The Eye,
I love The Eye.
which is
I've yet to finish it to this day, but I got to the last 20 minutes.
see. I've seen both the American.
I got to where they got to the house where they were looking for the original donor.
See, I've seen the Japanese and the American version. Like I saw the Japanese version first. I didn't even know what it was at the time to like know it was The Eye.
Is it not a remake? Is The Eye, was it a remake or an adaptation of like a Chinese film or Korean?
I'm not
story?
sure. I have to
Okay.
like look that up. But like I saw it when I was younger, the Japanese joint, and I was
Yeah.
like, okay, like terrified the fuck out of me. But like my grandma's behind me watching it with me, so it's like, all right, you know, you take on the world when you have like an elder behind you.
Yes.
Like,
That's the only thing that makes it tolerable.
but like, and then I saw the American version. I was like, oh, this is weak. Like,
Oh yeah.
this is terrible. But like stuff like Battle Royale, that's like actually in one of my top 10 films too. Like Battle Royale is like a horror movie, low key. Like
Battle Royale.
it's pretty much
High school Battle Royale, the animation.
no, not the animation.
Okay.
It's an actual movie called Battle Royale. It's like the 7th graders, they put them on an island. It's like a contest they hold all the time, and they have to kill each other.
That sounds like a Japanese manga I started reading a while back.
They probably put it into a manga.
I think that is, or Battle Royale may be the adaptation of this story
because
it's like they live in a society. I think it's kind of post-apocalyptic.
Yeah, because the
There
film
had been some cataclysm like a virus or something, and now part of their high school curriculum is being like separated and then they have to battle each other.
Yeah, like, and they put them on like this wild big like island and shit. And, like, people know that this is happening. Like, it's not like people don't know. And it's like, I think it came out like 98, 99 or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And like pretty much what Hunger Games got their story from, but of course toned down.
I could see that.
But like, and I'm not even a big fan of shit like Hunger Games. Like, I'm not a big fan of like
It's teen
saga, like epic type stuff. Like Harry Potter's cool.
Stuff to be going on in them teen books be heinous, like a little bit
wild,
more stuff than adults can handle.
Like, have you ever read like The Book Thief? That's a wild book. Like, it's set in like Nazi Germany, and death has yes. Off that alone, like Nazi Germany is like, yep, and like nothing like too wild happens, but it's like from death's perspective and shit. And it's like he's like, yeah, I'm like seeing all this going on. Like, they did a film about it, but I didn't watch it. But like books like that, The Giver, like I'm pretty sure everyone had to read that.
I've heard about The Giver.
That's a wild book. Like,
I never read books in school. They give it
you didn't do the assignments.
I'd like find Cliff's notes or I'd like ask other people.
And then like Lord of the Flies is wild. Like,
oh yeah,
that's a wild book. Like, just a bunch of boys on an island just becoming savages.
It's all fun and games until somebody gets stabbed to death and eaten.
It's like, how y'all get just butt naked within a week and start killing each other? Like,
it's insane, man.
So I'm like, yo, we would be terrible without women on this planet. We would be childish. Like, like it would be very lonely times.
True that.
But like, with film in general, I like films that are not like overly smart. Like I don't mind watching like stupid movies. Like, I've seen shit like Gingerbread Man, which is like a very corny horror movie, and it literally is a gingerbread man killing people.
Get out of here.
Like, so serious. They made like 3 of these. Like,
Leprechaun.
It's pretty much in that same boat. Like,
Leprechaun is that deal.
It was like Leprechaun, and it was like Leprechaun. BET would play the Back to the Hood one. I'm like,
oh my god, that movie was.
BET is problematic, low-key.
I agree.
Like
any show, any network that plays a set of like the commercials. The commercial slots were longer than the shows that played. Like, you watch a show that's 30 minutes long, well, 25 minutes long, you're getting like 45 minutes worth of commercials.
And it's funny because, like, it's always, like, if you grow up with BT in a household, it's like, you always saw the ethnic versions of, like, name brand commercials. Like, Nickelodeon, they'll show the regular, like, oh, come get your Happy Meal with a cheeseburger or a 4-piece nugget. And then when you go to BT, it's like, get a Happy Meal today. It's like soul singers in the background. So it's like, yo, why did we get the ethnic version of this? Like,
I didn't even realize.
Yeah, like, you remember the Burger King commercial that had Mary J. Blige singing the crispy chicken?
Like, oh my god, I forgot about that.
They gave her hell for that when that came out, because like, you're singing about chicken in a fast food commercial.
I stopped watching BET a long time ago.
Like, it got terrible because they don't even like do the 106 in Park, and it's like all they do is play like Love and Basketball all day. Like, play the same like hood classics, Love and Basketball, Poetic Justice.
So my people would be watching. It was, what is it? I think they played Girlfriends for a little bit, but it was the Parkers, the My Wife and Kids, and then like hood movies.
Like, the only time you'll see me on there is like watching like Men in Society, which
This
that was
side
another
is
film
good.
in like my top 10, because it's like the only hood film that makes sense. Like, someone actually dies in the end. And like, there are consequences.
You get what's coming to you.
Like,
that.
It wasn't like Boys in the Hood. It's like, oh, Doughboy was obviously gonna get killed, and Ricky died so fucking stupid in that movie.
It was sad. It's sick.
It wasn't sad at all to me. It was like, you're a running back. Why are you running straight? Like, you're running straight from a shotgun. Why are you not zagging? Like, I know you're down this skinny ass alleyway, but duck, run low, do something, and then like get shot. But at the end, you know, Cuba Gooding Jr., like, he goes to college and, you know, is doing good because he has the woke father. Like, I always find that movie like stupid, like that and Juice with Tupac.
I love Juice. Juice is a thriller.
It really
it's a fucking horror movie because it's like Mike Epps, Omar Epps, Omar Epps, and he's like Tupac's just like, hey man, you gonna get the money and the power? I got this thing. He's like, let's do it, and they're like, okay, we'll give it a shot.
But the ending's so
stupid. And then
stupid.
He's all
though.
like, now I got the juice, and he starts coming after his friends
For no reason.
For no reason.
Like you just
and then after he kills 2 of them, he's going to Omar. It's like, you next.
I'm like, why are you doing this? Like
sneaking up on his ass, and fucking Epps, and it gets me because, like, the entire movie was about Omar Epps, like, living his life. He wanted to be a DJ.
yeah, like
And he's like that whole scene where he's cutting and scratching for like 20 minutes.
like, that's a long scene.
It's
like
a long scene.
it's weird because like the ending to me never made sense because there are people on that roof that's watching him trying to pull Tupac up, and it's like y'all are not helping him.
Yeah,
and y'all just like
they like no.
and it's like, yo, you got the juice
You're
now.
like the council.
And then like Omar Epps just shakes his head like y'all saw me trying to help him.
Y'all.
Like y'all ain't shit. Like, y'all are terrible people. Like
Where were you when he was trying to kill me?
like y'all just sitting there like watching me.
I
Like
don't care.
like that movie is very. It is a thriller now that I think about it. It's very.
Because it's just none of it. Like if you put it
It
in
escalated
context
quickly.
in reality, it doesn't make sense.
Like
But
it
if you-
escalated real quick.
it
Like
really did.
by
It's
minute
bad.
30, Tupac is psychotic.
Yeah, he's gone.
It's like, yo, we haven't even got to like you killing Rodamez yet, and like you down here doing wild
Like,
stuff,
you robbed one lady and shot one old man.
like for no apparent reason.
Nothing.
Like, I'm trying to think about other hood films like you had Mississippi Juice.
I mean, like-
Boys in the Hood, Dead Presidents.
Yeah. What's the one that's Paid in Full? Did you say Paid in Full?
Paid in Full, yeah, Paid in Full was. Do you consider that a hood classic or like just
I
a
consider
okay movie?
I
that
consider it an okay movie that falls into the category, but it wasn't really. It doesn't fit in with the rest of them because it's got a whole different morality because they're not really hood people. It's just a dude that kind of got that. He got that. Like, oh, we gonna make some money now, so you just try to feed everybody. But then, what made it a hood film was fucking Cameron.
who just ends up snitching.
That
And just like
was terrible.
you get like classic Mekhi Phifer scene. Yo, I want to do that one day for like our audition monologue. Just come in crying like, my name is Najee Joyner. Like say the government because for film I already say the government. Like I haven't like I'm not Charlie Sheen in it yet. Like you just at first he went by Emilio Estevez and just out of nowhere Charlie Sheen. I'm like, I remember growing up I was like, are there 2 different people?
No,
they
there are
twins?
2 different people. Emilio Estevez is Charlie Sheen's brother.
They gotta be twins.
They look alike, but they're
Nah, like that's too much. That's creepy.
what
Like, nah, they're the same person.
are they? Well, I'm not gonna say that I've ever seen them in the same room at the same time, but there is a photograph of the 2 of them together
It's like,
because they're Kirk Douglas's children.
okay. Oh wow.
I can't. Don't quote me on that. I'll have to get some clarification. We'll need an annotation for that one.
But like, Dead Presidents was also like these hood films were very troubling.
They are.
Like they're realistic, but like Dead Presidents was different because they started like in Vietnam and then they came back and Chris Tucker's doing the wild meth or whatever he was doing.
He was doing heroin. I think.
He was doing
a heroin
heroin.
addict.
I'm like, yo, like, play the shit out of a heroin addict. But it's like black people can't get roles unless we like doing drugs or like being maids or toting guns. Like we don't, or we'll be like the one black superhero.
What did it say? What's the conspiracy theory? It's like you either gotta get fucked in the ass or get shot in the ass. You're not gonna wear a dress. You gotta do one of those 2 things.
I actually did a paper on that for like a class I had last semester. I had an African American culture class. I did racism and entertainment.
Oh.
And it was like, I started the paper off talking about like the wild Disney, not Disney, but the Looney Tunes cartoons that was just very I'm not even gonna say problematic, they were racist.
You talking about the old stuff?
Like the, oh, I show is tired.
Did you? Bro, okay, so there's this guy, he's running for mayor up in Pickens, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say his name on here because I don't want to. I mean,
You don't wanna fuck money up.
Yeah, I don't want to fuck him up if there's a chance, which probably isn't. He's a black fella, but he was down here because he's in this film that we're shooting.
Mm-hmm.
And so we went to lunch. He didn't eat anything at the thing, so I was just like, well, we'll go get some frozen custard at Abbott's.
Yeah.
Because he gave me a ride, so I was just like, well, let's go here. So we're there at Abbott's, and then he sees there's an estate sale across the way. So he's like, we got to go to this thing. So we go to the estate sale. He finds this old comic book.
Yeah.
It's like an old graphic novel. And it's called, I think it's Joe Palooka or Palooka Joe. I think it's Joe Palooka.
This sounds familiar.
There's a character called the Rum Runner. Like, the depiction of these black characters was very much that. Pitch black skin, big old lips. I said, sir.
They're like the crows in Dumbo.
Yes.
Like, wow. Disney is like pretty much just like stealing people's hearts because of Marvel. And like I'm gonna be in the first person to movie theater when Black Panther drops. Like, I'm going to show my whole ass when that, because you drop it in Black History Month. Like, Disney's not stupid.
Right.
Like, they're trying to fix like very.
Hey, marketing is very straightforward.
Very straightforward. Like, they're remastering films and like making them live action. Like the Lion King lineup is about to. This is going to do $1 billion like off tops. Like you put Beyonce in it, Donald Glover, who just can't fail at this point.
Live action Lion King.
Yes. Like,
is it gonna be like the Broadway style play, or is it gonna be like?
It's gonna be like how they did the Jungle Book.
I haven't seen it.
How they did a live action Jungle Book with the kid
with
and,
CG.
Yeah, that. It's pretty much
Okay.
that's what everyone's expecting. Like, if they do like Broadway, I'm gonna be thrown off low key. But just like you'll never see Disney be like, all right, we're gonna redo Song of the South. What? That's not a good move, player. Like, nah, y'all might as well do Mulan with like a white Mulan. Like, y'all might as well do the same thing because that's just gonna be as terrible. But yeah, because when I was typing this paper, like, I remember I was in the library, I was watching one of the cartoons, but like these were very like, there was a cartoon specifically by Warner Brothers, I believe, and it was called, you know how you have like Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs?
Mm-hmm.
They had Coal Black and the Seven Dwarfs. Seven was spelled SEBBEN. And this
Coal Black.
Damn. Like, as problematic as can be. Like,
I love that.
Like, it's funny now, but it's like,
yeah, it's not cool.
Like, it started off so terrible. Like, you just have the Mammy character who is always sexless and like she's telling her grandbaby like, oh yeah, let me tell you about Coal Black and the Seven Doors. And the evil witch or whatever is like a very big fat black woman, obviously, who's unattractive, and the cute one is like very busty and would be the Sapphire type character. And then it was like, and at the time as well, they also had like war propaganda and stuff like,
oh yeah,
like they had like will kill Japs. I'm like, yo, y'all just good.
Off the hook.
Like, y'all didn't give one fuck, did y'all? Like, it makes you think about like shit. Like in comic books, like they had a story with Superman. Was like, what if Lois Lane was black? I'm like, Superman's an alien. What race doesn't apply.
Right.
Like,
doesn't even matter. So like, I saw a rendition of Elmer Fudd, but Elmer Fudd was black. Have you not seen that?
I always thought Elmer Fudd was kind of black growing up anyway.
That like they reissued Elmer Fudd originally, and this cartoon was made. He was black, and quite ignorant.
Cause he's ignorant already. He's just like, oh, I'm gonna shoot me a wabbit. Not saying, cause apparently black people can't say R's or S's, and like those letters don't exist.
Wabbit.
Like, it's just like, wow. But matter of fact, in one of the Looney Tunes cartoons, that character was pretty much Elmer Fudd, but it was like a little black boy, and his lips were drawn very huge, and they were pink and reddish, and he was like, I haven't ate nothing, no. And then like Bugs Bunny, who's a fucking rabbit, is outsmarting him.
Yeah.
And
like that's it.
I'm like, oh my god, like, why? And then at one point, I think Bugs Bunny like takes his upper lip and flips it over his lip. I'm like,
oh my god.
Oh my, why y'all? Tom and Jerry was never this like it was just an on-site fight between animals, and y'all just, oh my, like, and then like
Tom and Jerry were just two Jews.
Have you heard the thing about the what is it? What's the cartoon? The Smurfs, the fucking blue.
I feel like I have heard that. I think there was also a correlation with the snorkels.
Snort?
Yeah, I don't know. But definitely the Smurfs.
Because, like,
that's why they're blue.
They're blue.
Oh, my God.
If they have hair, it's blonde hair. Their hats are white. They're pointed. Papa Smurf wears red. He's the Grandmaster. Their person that's turning them into money, his name is Gargamel. Has a cat named Israel, so he's clearly Jewish. I'm just like, wow. Wow.
I think my mind has just been blown.
Let's just start saying more real shit.
I feel like that's the first time that correlation has made sense to me. I think I'd come across it in the past, but it just didn't.
You gotta start saying more like wild stuff like, yo, iPhone X, Malcolm X. Like spoken word poets are just hella corny and just saying stuff like like
I'm about to wow y'all.
Rob Ertz. They rob Hertz. The original black, like they're just saying stuff like Sarah Bartman. They borrowed the man from like, yo, what?
Yeah,
like
going into that breaking down, I'm gonna break this down for you.
And it's like, yo, you're just being a terrible rapper right now. Like come on. But like I love cartoon conspiracies because like none of them, like some of them hold weight. Like the Ed and Eddie one is also very creepy. Like the conspiracy about that one is like every kid in that show is from a different decade.
From which show?
Ed and Eddie.
Ed and Eddie.
Yeah. Cause think about it.
Do tell. Go on.
All right, so take the character like
Because I've noticed like on the sides there are like if you ever look at the stuff that's on the walls, there's always something weird going on. Like one time I saw a page that was on the wall. It said something 666. I'm like, that's
I know what you're talking
obviously not a phone number.
Like, yo, like just like YouTube most of these stuff. Cause that's why I just like I always find my way like late night. Like YouTube is the dark web.
Oh
to be honest, so you can keep it real.
You're talking about the gateway. In
like
YouTube,
it's the dark web
on that side of YouTube where it's like I would never search for this video. I wouldn't know how to get to this video if I wanted to watch.
Next
it
thing is 4 a.m. and like you checking outside your window. Like oh shit. Like
who's looking at me?
You clearing your history. Like. But nah, like with that one, it's because it said, all right, so the cul-de-sac, since none of them really leave, like there's a few episodes where they're outside of the cul-de-sac, but for the most part, they're in the cul-de-sac. That's pretty much like purgatory. Yeah. And like the Kinker sisters are like demons in purgatory, and every character in that show is from a different decade, like every regular kid. And you take the example of like Naz, who is like the peaceful ass hippie chick. She's obviously from like the 60s. Okay. You have Rolf, who has a farm with pigs, and he's very disgusting. He's from the 20s.
I got you.
Kevin who's the most updated character. He's riding a bike, has a backwards hat. He's from the 90s. Yeah. The smart Ed is like from the 80s, and like the Ed that's always like scamming to get money and stuff. They had him in the Great Depression era. So, which made sense because like he was always trying to get money and stuff, and shit like that. And other characters are spread out through certain decades for obvious reasons, some more obvious than others. But that made sense to me a whole lot. That and the Jimmy Neutron theory, which is very fucked up and kind of sad.
Jimmy Neutron.
The theory about Jimmy.
Give me this one. I fucks with Jimmy Neutron heavy.
So Jimmy's actually stupid. Well, mentally retarded. And
oh God, I think I've heard that.
And the only normal person in that class is Libby, the black girl. But so Jimmy's retarded. You know, that's not PC, so someone's upset, sorry. But Sheen has ADHD, hyperactive, very. Carl is like schizophrenic. Yeah. And obviously with the asthma and all that other shit. Cindy is bipolar, and they say that because of certain ways, or certain episodes she rocks with Jimmy, nice other episodes she's like "fuck you." And Libby, they say she's only in that class because of like her attitude, which obviously they will put that on the black girl, because you know they're in real life, like they put people in the special ed class just because of attitude. Which I'm just like, well, so she's like the only normal functioning person. I'm like, yo, that's mad wild. Like, and that's believable too to me. I'm just like, dang, what if this was a lie? Like Jimmy wasn't even smart. They were just trying to make him feel good.
Jimmy wasn't even smart.
They was like, you got a brain blast. Nah, you were just freaking out. Like, which is terrible. It's like, oh my God. Like,
got a blast.
Like,
So we're drooling on himself.
Yo.
Man.
Oh, like
That's disturbing.
It really is.
Some of these theories are a little bit off the wall, but I mean, like, they're legit. They're legitimately theories. They're legit theories.
Like, and then like the one I didn't believe, like SpongeBob was apparently supposed to represent the 7 deadly sins, but I'm just like, there's no weight to that one. Like SpongeBob just was genuinely funny as fuck. Like
I think SpongeBob is like a 20-something loser. He's just kind of like making his way through life with his super positive attitude, and like his best friend is an idiot, and
what they don't
a
know is
squirrel who's a foreigner.
he actually has like hella loan debt. He actually went to school and shit. Yeah. Like they don't bring that up in episodes though. Like there's a reason why he's staying in that pineapple house the whole time. Like
pineapples mean you're welcome.
Best friend lives on the rock, and like of course, like you know, underwater and shit makes sense because like he actually is a fucking starfish, and starfish do go in the rocks. Like, so it makes sense. But I'm trying to think of any other like wild cartoon theories. Like Doug was a very disturbing one too. You remember Doug?
Yeah.
That was disturbing. It was very like apparently
he was just
getting abused.
Yeah,
like,
and that was like his escapism.
Was
everything was just made up.
I'm like, yo, this is like
sad, man.
The original theory got to be like Caillou being a cancer patient because they know when you gonna be like 4-year-old kid bald headed. Like, come on, like.
Caillou.
Like
that would explain why he's always so angry.
What? Like I'll be angry too if I had cancer.
Subversive.
Cause like he was an asshole. Like
not a nice kid.
He was throwing temper tantrums, wasn't fixing his bed. I'm like, dude, you're a piece of shit. Like, come on, like.
Can't live life like this, man.
And someone tried to say Lil Bill was a cancer patient. I was like, nah, Lil Bill wasn't a cancer patient. He just had the Kobe fade. Like, he had the bald Kobe fade. Like, come on.
Lil Bill.
They should bring that back, low key.
Yeah,
because
Lil Bill was all right.
Like the only
all right with me.
Black cartoon character right now is like Doc Stuffins. Like that's the only one I can think of. Like
yeah, you're right.
Like there's cartoons that have a huge black audience, like Rick and Morty and shit. But like
have you seen that meme? It's like, hey, Morty, I turned us into black people. I turned us into a minority. I'm nigga red.
I was like, wow. It's funny, like when like all those hurricanes were going, that was a meme. Matter of fact, no. Yesterday, you hear about upstate being on lockdown?
Yeah.
Oh my god! Like,
I reported it.
So it's not. It's funny. I don't care.
It was weird.
It was weird because they put out the wrong information.
Yeah.
And they didn't apologize about it at all. I think. Like.
Yeah.
Like black
sensationalism.
Like black man, gray hoodie, khaki pants. I'm like, that's hella nondescript. That could just be someone's work uniform right now. Yeah. Like, dude, it's cold. Like,
who walk outside with a broom, get shot by the police.
Dead ass. And like, apparently how it spread, I was reading like the WSPA article was like, it was someone had like a group text and they just spread it to like sources and shit. Like, and like, so it was all right. So I was concerned, but it's like, I take medicine. I take Prozac. And if you know what that is, you know what it is.
Yeah.
And so.
I'm too medicated.
Yeah, like, medicated brothers for life. So, it comes in like 3 phases. Like, first phase is like robo, like, okay, you just took it. Let me go eat something. Second phase is the phase you spend most of the day in, which is Smack City. Like,
Smack City.
Like, it's like almost a weed high. You're very calm. Nothing affects you. You're not upset at anything. You're happy. And the third phase is like more of that, or just like, okay, that was a fun day.
Yeah, winding down.
Like, you're coming down. So like, when I got the news, I was in my last class for the day, and my professor.
So you go to USC?
Yeah, I go to USC.
Okay.
Upstate. And my professor got a phone call. He answered. He was like, oh, and like you could tell it was something real. Like. And I was worried at first because his wife at the time right now has like walking pneumonia. And she's like,
oh no.
Yeah, which is like, so I'm thinking it's like, oh, she got even more sicker, but it wasn't that. And he was like, oh, guys, it's active shooter. We got locked down. I'm like, oh shit. I was like,
would you lay on the ground?
I thought about it at first. I was like, oh, we just go in that room. Like so it's like in this little hallway between the entrances for the boys and girls, dressing room for the actors and stuff, because we're just in like the studio theater and shit doing class, and we're just sitting there like on our phones, like seeing what's what. I'm checking Twitter because like Twitter's like more accurate than the news half the time.
I see.
And yesterday it clearly wasn't, but And like it was just terrible because it was like,
Really?
all right, so if it seems like everyone knows USC Upstate, you know the campus.
Yeah.
Campus Edge is like right across from it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you stand by like the humanities, performing and art center building.
Yeah, no, I
You're
know.
looking right at it. Like,
Right, Campus Edge is literally on the edge of
Like-
the campus, and there's like this patch of grass
Like-
that separates it from campus.
So when they said it was an active shooter, and they was like, okay, apparently he's on campus now. Okay, he's heading towards the library. That's not like a mile run from Campus Edge. There's no like trees to hide. How are y'all reporting this and no one's doing anything? Like,
Right.
And it's like he has an automatic weapon. How the like? How is he moving and y'all not catching him and y'all reporting this? Y'all know what he
You
is
can see
wearing.
somebody with a gun just walking around casually. And, don't get him confused with the other 7 or 8 guys that are walking.
And then a
around
part of me,
around
like, to keep it real, like, just to keep it, like, super real, like, when it was pro at the time, what we all believed to be was a black guy that did the shooting, when it was pro that was a black guy, I was like, okay, I'm not worried.
Because like as soon as you heard that's a black guy, you're like, that's not.
I'm like-
that's not even.
I'm not worried. I'm like, one, if he shot somebody, he only wanted to shoot that one person. That's
Right.
it. He's
Right.
done
He's
shooting.
done.
Like, he is done. Like, he got his quota done. The message got sent.
Yeah.
Now he is in hiding mode. Like, he's in Grand Theft Auto mode. Like, he's not about to go on an onslaught of killing. Like, if it was a white guy, I'd be so concerned.
Yeah,
Like,
this white kid with a rifle. Yep, we're done.
I'm like, yo,
I'm calling my mom.
because I'm like, which
Mama.
I did. I was texting my mom. I was like, there's shooting on campus. I'm gonna keep y'all updated. Tell so and so, tell them not to call me because I'm not trying to have the wild like doom iPhone junk go off, and then next thing you know, we all getting clapped.
I'm not trying to be the one
So
responsible.
like,
Almost got popped because my beeper kept beeping.
like exactly. Like I don't want to live rap lyrics though. Like I don't want to live that one specifically.
I'm not trying to live that life.
But it was like thinking about it now, it's hella funny. But yeah, because it's just like, oh, he has a library. I'm like, yo, if this was a white guy, he head to the library. First of all, Upstate's library is like probably the worst place to be on lockdown because the entrance is like glass. He's just gonna shoot people are gonna get clapped by the dozens. Like,
I could see that.
and it's gonna be terrible. Like, cause all it takes is like, you gave me an F on my paper.
Everybody's
And
done.
everyone is done. I'm just like, yo, like I failed test too, my guy. Like, why are you? You don't see me shooting up the school.
Right.
Like, I didn't even do my
I'm just
FAFSA
gonna
yet.
take my failure with grace.
I'm like, yeah, like you just out here clapping people. Like, you just can't be shooting people up. Like,
Apparently, the victim who was shot
it's not
is,
cooperating.
is not cooperating. So what does that tell you?
Well,
He
first,
deserved it.
because like apparently the story went like, oh, he asked the guy for directions, then homie pulled out the gun and like pa. I'm
For
like,
real?
what? That's what like the little WSBA shit said. I'm
Hey,
like,
can I get some? Can you tell me how to get to Sesame Street, motherfucker?
and you just get clapped. Like,
You should have been so generous that day with your direction.
can you tell me how to get to downtown Swartberry? Papa. Thank you, kind stranger.
Wanna go that way? I hurts to look for.
I'm like, yo, and like Campus Edge is like already kind of a sketchy place. Like,
Oh, yeah.
there's hella people just like selling like weed and
I
shit.
used to
Like,
deliver pizza over there. I know what's happening.
I delivered pizza over the summer. That's like one of my numerous jobs before like Hey God came out. Like,
He's like, thank God for Hey God. Now I don't have to deliver any more pizza.
like I rotated several jobs. Like I worked at Wendy's to start my summer. It was terrible.
I bet.
I worked at Wendy's on Westgate. Terrible. I don't even like go to that Wendy's no more. Like I don't want to go to that Wendy's. Like, I like Wendy's.
Yeah.
Like that's a shitty Wendy's to go to. Like that place needs to be closed down.
Yeah, I went there one time, like a few months ago. I ordered something. It literally took like 20 minutes.
Dead ass. Like I already know. Like you know how people just like say McDonald's has this certain attitude. Like you go to a Chick-fil-A, it's like, oh, how you doing, kind
Yeah,
stranger?
people are nice.
Would
at
you like 7
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A sauces for your 3 chicken minis? Like, and then you go to like McDonald's, it's like, what you want?
Yeah.
Even though McDonald's is kind of nice to that. No, Wendy's has that
Yeah.
attitude that you want to give McDonald's, but nah, Wendy's specifically has that fucking attitude because there's nothing but like hella middle-aged people working in there. It's just like, the fuck you want?
They
And
just don't care.
it's like, I don't need this damn job.
It's like I'm here because I gave up on life.
Honestly, like,
Top that.
like, and
Oh, your chicken sandwich is cold.
I'm just like, I hope I'm not making it hot for this person, but like, there was this one lady I worked with who has a fucking like CNA. Like she's a CNA, but she just chose to work at Wendy's. And she was like, that ain't not for me, wiping people's butts and stuff. I'm not, I understand it's not like probably one of the most well-paying jobs, but I'm like, that job sounds like it has more clout than Wendy's. Like,
yeah, I mean, and plus you went to school for that, didn't you? Like,
why would you?
She's like, I'm taking this pay cut because, people's buttholes. I ain't with it.
Like, what? Come on, like, you got a whole degree out here and you're just gonna be at Wendy's. Like, aren't you overqualified? Like, like, come on, like, McDonald's would turn you away so quick if you got a degree. Like, you educated, we don't need you.
You can actually read, yeah.
We don't want your kind.
You might repair the ice cream machine. We couldn't have that.
Get this educated Negro from our prisons. Like,
don't go fixing that shake machine.
What? Like, now we got McFlurries because you want to be smart ass. Like, engineering.
You know how to put things. You know how to read instructions.
But yeah, that was like my first job of the summer, and then I would start delivering pizza for Pizza Hut right here in Asheville. Yeah. And it was cool for a while because I liked the management, and like they was nice. You just very respectful. Yeah, then management changed, and management got terrible. Like I don't care if I'm making it hot with these people because I don't even fuck.
They started coming down on you on some bullshit.
Yo, it wasn't even coming down on me. They were just like, those managers that they don't give a fuck, but they're trying to give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like they're just like, okay guys, we gotta make this delivery time. I'm like, bitch, come on, like, like you don't care.
At
like,
that point, it's just being
why are you even talking, my guy? Like, oh, you don't know how to do this? You don't know how to make pizza? I literally got hired just to like delivery drive. That's all I am told to do. Why are you asking me how to make pizza? What? Oh, you gonna learn? Why? That's not in my job description.
That's like extra shit.
Like it literally only needs one person to make a fucking pizza. And then they hired another manager at the same time. It was just like this tag team of bullshit. Like, and like, I remember this lady specifically said, it just looks like you don't give a fuck. I'm like, well, you said it, not me. Because, like, I was through with it.
You said it.
At a certain point, like, these tips, like, the tips weren't bad.
Yeah,
like,
but I mean,
but it was like just going back to gas. Like, that's all it was.
Gas and car maintenance.
Honestly, just gas. Just nothing but gas. Like,
they didn't give you like a you didn't get like $1 or something.
Yeah, I got $1 per delivery, but that was just within my tips for gas. Like, I was just filling my car up every fucking day, and it was just like I would do it for another pizza place. Like I would do it for like a Domino's, not like a Papa John's, because like they probably gonna get out of here because of their comments.
You talking about that extra shit that they've been doing?
Yeah, and it's like Papa John's is disgusting. Like you don't love your stuff if you enjoy Papa John's pizza. I'm sorry. Like you enjoy.
Did you see that? The meme that said whatever Papa John's, and then it said also Papa John's, and it was just like a cardboard cutout round with like some barbecue sauce and the fucking.
That's really what Papa John's is like. What? Honestly, like if I hope to live a long life and shit. Like have have kids and like have cookouts with friends and have picnics and shit. If you bring Papa John's in front of my family, I'm gonna fight you.
Get out.
I'm gonna fight you. Like I'm gonna act like you brought drugs in front of my son. Like
I've treated you so well, and this is what you do to us.
You bringing this? You bringing this stale pizza in front of my son?
This is my blood. This is my child.
I got the wild, like, button-down polo shirt, like, I'm mad, washed up. Like, this is what you doing? I rip off the pink polo shirt. I turn into, like, the Ultimate Warrior. I just start yelling.
RKO him.
Just like, this is what you gonna do? I've known you for 10 years, and you bring this bullshit. You ain't had the DC to bring Little Caesars. Like, I would have let you rock. If you brought QT single pizza slices, I would have let you rock.
QT ain't that bad.
It really ain't. Like
that QT pizza was actually low key hitting. Like
QT is kind of like.
I don't eat it anymore.
QT is like the Chick-fil-A gas station. It's like,
really is.
Like it's so deluxe, like for no reason. Like,
it is.
That
like you feel special when you go into a QT.
It's like you went to the deluxe gas station.
Hey, how you doing?
Like
who's talking to me?
Like it's not no bullshit ass sitcom where it's just like. You can still buy like fishing bait. And it's like, ooh, it's like what part of town you on? Like
the only sound you hear is the gum being chewed by the clerk as they eyeball you. Like they don't even care if you steal. They just don't want you to shoot them.
They still sell like the circus peanuts And it's like, yo, where am I? Where am I?
What century is this?
Like, they got the very, like, alternative Mexican candy. It's like, yo, I'm
yeah.
still in America.
It's like the Mexican candy that the Mexicans don't even fuck with.
Like, it's like the like the pickled like peanut type shit. It's like, yo, who's eating this? Like,
Oh, you talking about? Oh God,
It's like-
you talking about that fucking can like.
yeah, like, yo,
It's like
they have a sale for like pickle feet. Like,
somebody comes in there and they're like, "Mama, look, ball peanuts."
I'm like,
There's the one person that actually eats those things.
that's terrible. Like, you just start like, damn, where am I? Let me go ahead before it's like a horror movie scenario. But like Papa John's is like disgusting. Like I've ate their pizza before. I didn't feel too good about it. Like, I was at my lowest of times.
So I didn't feel too good.
It was like the darkest before dawn when you do a terrible decision. Like,
Yeah.
you start stealing from people. like
Start turning on your best friend.
Like, you start, like-
you about to murder him.
you pretty much become Rico from Paid in
Keep
Full. Like,
running from him.
like you become every hood, like, terrible hood character in the
Everyone.
movies. Like, you become O-Dog, you become Rico, you become Tupac's character.
Yeah, Tupac
Like,
from Juice.
you become that guy. You
Just
start
all of them together.
like, you start stealing. Like, that's the, like, I'll eat ramen before I'll eat Papa John's pizza. And I can have money for Papa John's pizza. I'll gladly go into a Walmart and get me a box of, like, shrimp noodles or whatever. Because, like, that's a lot of salt, but I know I can, jazz it up, like,
Yeah.
fake it till I make it and make it gourmet. Like, come on. Like,
Put your egg in that joint. Call it good.
put you an egg, like, crumble up some flaming hot Cheetos and act like it's like a dust. Like,
A lightly braised new pho.
you got Cheeto croutons. Like, it's like, bruh, like, how you did this?
Like, what did you do?
Like, come on, like,
Looks amazing. What is it?
you got chives in your ramen noodles. Like,
Got a little green.
you got the wild Naruto ramen bowl with the top ramen. You got some pork in there. It's like, yo, how you did that, bro?
How
Like,
you doing that?
like Papa, like, there's some restaurants I'm just not fucking with. Like, Papa John's, out of here, terrible. Like, Sonic is low key underrated. Sonic is kind of underrated.
Sonic's not bad.
Like-
I do like their tots. I'm
Like-
not gonna lie.
Like, tater tots or French fries.
I'm a tots guy.
'Cause, like,
I like French fries, but I'm a tots
Like,
guy.
tater tots
ultimately.
are just like, they're just, like, they're unbelievable. Like,
Yeah.
I've never had.
They're the most high form of fried potato, in my
They
opinion.
really are, like, because I'm not even a huge fan of
So-
waffle fries, because, like,
I feel you.
and I got beef with Chick-fil-A even though I
Waffle
go
fries are just fancy cut potatoes. They're not.
there. Pretty much. They're the Grey Poupon of French fries.
Yeah.
Like I eat at Chick-fil-A, but I have a beef with them too, because it's like, I remember I saw a tweet specifically, and it was just like, because everyone knows, like, Chick-fil-A really not rocking with the gay people and shit like that.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Among other
someone
things.
like, and someone tweeted was like honestly, they're just going to call me a nigger to my face. Like, like, the owner is just going to call me a nigger. Like,
the owner's gonna have to come out and just like challenge you to a duel. And
Like-
be like, that's what you get.
he's gonna have to try
Fucking
to
nigger.
sell my family, dog. Like, like, honestly, cause like, and the chicken's not even like that good, but it's like, it's the hospitality
Yeah,
you get
it's just
from
a
it.
combination of a lot of things,
Cause like,
both tangible and intangible.
and Popeyes, I never had Popeyes at any point in my life before I came to Spartanburg for school, like,
Okay.
at all. Like, the chicken that was around me was goddamn. Bojangles was like always number one because those seasoned fries are undefeated. They're the best fry in the fast food game from a former fat boy's perspective.
True.
Like,
Would you used to be fat? You used to be a fat kid?
I was a fat kid.
I
Like,
got you.
I was a chubby kid.
I used to be a skinny kid.
Dang.
Yeah, I got big. I don't mind. Sometimes. I'm just like, sometimes I wish I was a little smaller, but then I'm like,
it's more you love.
Yeah.
But the only reason I even got slim because I just fuck around got the flu.
Shit. Everybody's been getting sick here.
Fuck around got the flu in 7th grade. I came back and it was just like I like ascended into Super Saiyan. It was like the girls started looking at me different.
You're like, I didn't die. They could tell. They're like, he almost died. Oh
Like-
my god.
It's like
That's survivability.
Like, he came from the brink of death and lost the weight. Ooh, we got to give him attention now. It's like,
Senzu bean.
pretty much. And I was like, shit, I might as well take advantage and start doing some push-ups or some bullshit. Like,
True.
push-ups became hella easier.
Well, I guess now is a good time to start wrapping up.
Yeah.
I'm not saying we'll kill it, but like final opinions. What do you think about Dragon Ball Fighters
Z?
Fighters.
It just seems like some Marvel versus Capcom bullshit, which
Okay.
I don't want from Dragon Ball. It's like, give me destructible arenas and just like the Budokai type shit, like, cause I stopped playing Xenoverse for a while, and like, cause I was on that heavy, then I just stopped. But fighters are not, that's kind of mid to me.
Okay. Did we ever cover why Men in Black is your favorite movie? Did we ever get into the depths of it?
All right, so this is why it's my favorite movie. I'm gonna give you our perspective.
Okay.
So little Sampsin Grey spent most of his days of childhood watching VHS tapes.
Okay.
Like
VHS. I spent a little time in my last, like it was around 2005, 4, that I went shopping and I bought a bunch of VHSs just at random because I had a lot of time on my hands, so I just watch them. Like I'd get like 12 for $1 from a pawn shop, so I was just watching. But there was one that I treasured more than any of them. You know what movie that was? Spice World.
I actually never heard of that.
What?
I'm so serious.
Man, you gotta.
I'm a late '90s kid. I'm 97, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
that's when it came out.
Damn.
Well, I think it came out in like 94, 95. Because you know who the Spice Girls.
Oh yeah.
are.
Oh,
Okay.
that's like their like movie
That's
or
that
documentary
movie
or something
that
like
they
that.
were in. No, it's not a documentary. It's a fucking theatrical film that was supposed. It's like a comedy.
So it's like a Josie and the Pussycat Dolls.
It's so
thing.
garbage, but it's so amazing. It represents everything about a good bad movie. About a movie that's good just because it's bad.
I might like try to find out like YouTube or some bullshit on the
You need to
weekend.
look at it. You just need to look at it.
But like,
and let me know what you think when you do.
I had like this collection of VHS tapes. Seemed like, which it was like the first Blade, the Sorted Power Rangers joints, like the Lost Galaxy and all those dope classics. Yeah. The Rush Hour, the Jimmy Neutron movie. And I would just watch all these dang like VHS tapes like on a loop, like all the time. And Men in Black was the one I always go back to. Like I watch that at least twice a day. Okay. And because I remember specifically at the end of this VHS tape, like if the movie had a theme song or if a music video, they'll play the music video at the end of the tape. And Will Smith was notorious for this because like shit like the Wild Wild West. Like, and I swear to you now, I knew that whole like Men in Black music video, alien dance routine and shit. Like that shit had me lit. Like that was the first like banger to me I heard. I was like, yo, this shit go off. Like,
oh man,
like these are some bars. And like, and then when I started growing up and like listening to like older music, I'm just like, oh, that's that Patrice Russian song, the You Shall Forget Me Not. So I'm like, yo, like. And it became even more of a fanboy song for me now because it's like, yo, but like just to me because it was like the first like science fiction movie that I looked at. I didn't was just like, oh, this is lame, this is corny because I wasn't into shit like Star Trek or like I haven't seen a single Star Wars film to this day.
So you're not like sci-fi fantasy guy buff.
Not it has to have a very cool different story or just something like I watch shit like if it has like a supernatural element to it. Like shit like Prince of Darkness or some shit like that.
I got you.
But it's like an Alien because Alien is cool. But it was so dope because they took the concept of like the Men in Black, obviously the aliens and it's the guys in suits in black, and it was very like it had comedic moments, but it was an action comedy film that wasn't like, hey, we're gonna team up this black guy with this old white man, and like we know what Will Smith is, like he's the hip guy at the time, but like. It showed off cool acting chops from him, and Tommy Lee Jones is like probably one of like the 10 white people in the world that I actually like I will be sad when he dies, like him, like it's just like he's damn near immortal.
This is true
because like shit, we haven't heard nothing about him getting sick. He's still out
here. Never hear anything about Tommy Lee Jones.
And it's like,
I think he's a clone. He's always been just an old looking clone.
Old man.
Like every subsequent clone is just older than the last one.
Cause like he's like, you know, showing him the ropes and shit.
Yeah.
And, like I just also like just how some of the shots were in the film. Like I love like the wide shots they would do.
I feel like it's a well shot film myself.
Like it really is.
So I remember watching some Men in Black
And
not too long ago.
Score is like amazing still to this
Oh,
day. Like that's a good score. Which a lot of those movies like in the early like not early 90s but the late 90s and like 2000s, like early 2000s had like good scores like shit like the first Spider-Man film and like those films like that. I had like good scores. And even shitty movies had good scores. Like I will defend Batman forever.
Okay.
And it's only because Seal's Kiss from Rose is on the soundtrack.
Okay, that's fair. Batman Forever wasn't absolute garbage, but it was that was the one with let's see, George Clooney.
No, that was Batman and Robin. This was the Val Kilmer Batman.
Yes, Val Kilmer.
He's the one that actually had the bat nipples, but George Clooney catches the hell for the bat nipples and shit.
Who were the villains in Forever? Was it
the Riddler? The Jim Carrey's Riddler.
Okay, no, Batman Forever wasn't terrible.
Like
because that was Poison Ivy too, wasn't it? Poison Ivy.
Nah, that was Batman and Robin too.
Oh shit!
It was
I'm getting
Tommy Lee Jones, Two-Face, and the Riddler.
Yes, Tommy Lee Jones.
And
they
introduced Robin in that movie.
So many good actors. That film was full of good actors. Even Val Kilmer is not a bad actor
at all. Like he just, I don't know, it just didn't work.
He just wasn't Batman though.
At all.
Val Kilmer's not Batman.
He wasn't even Bruce Wayne. Like, but it's whatever. Like
he was neither.
And because it was like a film, Men in Black is like something I always went back to and just like it touched me somewhere. I don't know.
It was not like Michael Jackson.
Yeah, nah.
Low blow. Just kidding. Michael Jackson never touched those children.
Never.
He would never do something to anything he idolized as much as childhood. Let's say that was his real issue. He just couldn't let go of being a child. He was an eternal child.
Yeah, like, and when all like that Hollywood shit come out, like Kevin Spacey, like, oh yeah, I might have grew up to a 14-year-old kid, but guess what? I'm gay. Like,
did you see what Wanda Sykes said to him on Twitter?
No.
She said, "You cannot. You were not allowed to hide under the rainbow, kick rocks."
It's fucked up. Cause it's like
she told him to kick rocks. That made my day,
bruh. How are you just? You can't say that in the same breath.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, yes, you cop to it, and then you wait a week, and then you're like, well, it might have been because I was gay.
No, like that's not how.
I mean, you wouldn't phrase it like that. But
like,
I'm
yeah,
just saying, like,
I'm just like someone has to like, yo, I don't think that's how homosexuality works, bro. Mm-hmm. Like that's pedophile. It's like, yo, Hollywood's crazy.
That's terrible, man. Like, to force oneself onto somebody like that at a party.
It makes you think about those child stars. Like, yo, did someone touch Macaulay Culkin?
You know somebody touched Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah, like,
Drew Barrymore was doing cocaine by the time she was 7. Not at 7, by 7.
For real.
She was partying hard, bro.
Damn.
The Hollywood system being like, they're all about the youngins. They're all about getting fucked up. Yo. They're all about like living in secret. Like, I can't stand when people come up to me in public and think I'm this character. I'm a human being. Well, who are you? That's none of your goddamn business.
Yo, that'd be crazy. Cause like I think about shit like this. It's like, yo, if I blow up and become an actor, like I'll have the wild scenarios. Like,
yeah, shit's gonna be thrown up.
Mr. Joyner or Gray, whatever I'm going by. Yeah. You know, we would like you in this film, but you know, you have to do something for me.
Yeah.
You know, oh, what is that? You need me to like, you know, do another role, you know, audition again. What you need me to do? They're like the pants just dropping.
Yeah,
I'm just like
pull his pants down.
And like I just
whoa,
like yo, I'll be broke. Like I'll
be like, are you serious?
Like,
are you serious right now?
Dude, you got your dick out. Like,
yeah, I'm done.
I'm just like, yo,
we're finished here. Get out.
I'm just gonna move to London. Like,
in fact, no, I'll get out.
Like, and then no one's gonna believe you just because like you're a black actor. It's just like, come on, like no one's gonna make you suck dick. It's like that's crazy. Like, speaking of Wanda Sykes, so like Pootie Tang's in my top 10.
Pootie Tang's good. Pootie Tang's an entertaining film. That's the thing. Like, I was talking to somebody, but I think it's wonderful that this is happening. That all these people are making, because it doesn't matter if the allegations are true or not. It's enough to at least get people to see what's really going on in these higher up environments.
It really is, because like, and then it's like, because people like Matt Damon and Quentin Tarantino and the Ben Afflecks of the world, they knew this shit was happening, but they didn't say anything. So it's like, y'all just y'all piece of the shit as well. Just because you're a bystander doesn't mean you're free. And it's like, Tarantino, I was like, well, you already have like a foot fetish. So you say nigger in every one of your films and you write the script.
You say a foot fetish? He's got a foot fetish?
Yeah, like they say he has a foot fetish. Like when he was like fucking with Uma Thurman or whatever, they say he had like a wild foot fetish.
I think I heard about that actually.
And it's like you say nigger in every film you have.
Yeah, he writes.
And you write
he
the
writes
script,
nigger
like,
into the script.
Like
he says it himself.
Your character shouldn't be saying
for
this.
him
Like,
to say the shit.
Like he's in Pulp Fiction saying nigger. I'm like,
what did
why?
he say? He's like, you got a goddamn dead nigger in my house.
what, your character didn't have enough background for us, and like, it's not like you was in like a wild neo-Nazi house building. You got the swastika and you got a picture of Hitler framed as Jesus. Like, like
somebody's gonna need to make me a picture of Hitler framed as Jesus, just so I can put places.
Like, cause, like even in Django, I'm like, he's an Australian saying nigger. Now he's gonna write a movie where he's in space and calling aliens niggers. And it's gonna be like, yo, how? Like, how are you, like...
It's awful.
Like, where's your friend Robert Rodriguez at? Like, he's not this problematic, is he?
No. I don't think Rodriguez is like that, is
he used to be laying low. He used to be doing wild, like, violent films and just say, all right, I'm gonna get this bag and go.
Yeah. Because that was El Mariachi, Robert Rodriguez.
Yeah. And then the Machetes and shit.
Yeah. I haven't seen Machete.
What? The first one's good.
I feel like I need to watch it. I can imagine it being any good.
The second one's
typically, like I tend to write off sequels anyway. I've seen very few sequels that stood up to their predecessors or were better or surpassed. Or what did you think about Guardians of the Galaxy versus Guardians of the Galaxy 2? Because I thought that was a good sequel.
Yeah, it was a good sequel. I did at a point in time felt like there was too many jokes, but like they solved that in, like that closing act of the film where like shit just was like mad serious from like start to finish. Of course, you had like the Groot, which they're going. I want to know how many like Groot toys they sold.
Oh, Baby Groot is ridiculously popular.
Like Baby Groot got the bag. Like imagine if Marvel does a Squirrel Girl film. Like that's just gonna be nothing but marketing. Like it'll be a terrible film.
Squirrel Girl beat everybody.
Because like, yeah, I'm about to go with Galaxy 2.
Okay.
Cause like,
see, I agree. I thought Guardians of the Galaxy 2 was like not only an excellent sequel, but it surpassed the first film. Only therein that it was more the story that I wanted from the first one. Mm-hmm. Because the first one was definitely just an introduction.
Yeah.
But the second one was the fully fleshed out. We see them in their full on like capacity.
And then I feel like it wasn't a good step in direction in that, because Marvel's problem was like, oh, our heroes are awesome, but our villains are kind of yeah. And like they have a good streak of villains, like Homecoming, they had a Vulture, which was a good villain.
Oh yeah.
And
Homecoming.
And I'm hearing good things about Ragnarok. I plan on seeing that shit this weekend.
Yeah, everybody's been talking about it. I feel like I need to. I've seen the second Thor film.
See, I see the first.
I don't think I've seen the first one.
I've seen the first two. The second one is wild boring.
No, the second one's boring.
To me, it was.
Okay,
but
I think I can agree with you because I have seen it and I don't remember any of it.
But like,
Thor was my favorite comic book character.
What?
Simply because he was just some dude out of nowhere. He's like, I don't know where I am.
Because I'm like, he was always made fun of. Like, he was that one guy. It's like, yo, look at your stupid ass costume. Like,
he did have a dumb costume.
Like, you got paper plates on your goddamn chest. Like, you got these 6 circles on your chest.
What are those?
Like, boy, if you would get your goddamn.
Who made that?
But like, he's like invincible, an actual god, and you still getting roasted. Like, how would you feel? Like, but yeah, they have like they have a good streak of villains going, and like Thanos better just be catching hella bodies by the time Infinity War comes out. Like, I want to see at least 5 people die. Like, and just not just permanent death. Like, I need Iron Man to retire and be like, yo, shit is too real. I'm gonna need Captain America to get, catch that fade. I'm gonna need that to catch that fade. Like, I mean, Vision gotta die just cause.
Vision.
Cause he has one of the Infinity Stones in his fucking head. He has to die just by principle.
Yeah.
Let's kill a regular ass human. So Hawkeye, sorry, you really died this time. And shit, kill off Black Widow since she's not gonna get a solo film anyway. So just those 5 people go. Cause you just introduced Doctor Strange. You can't kill him off exactly. Thor's a god. Spider-Man just came here, like,
yeah.
So he kind of has to be like
He's just a boy.
like he kind of has to be the leader, like for the second half. Like Hulk, he has to be like injured and turn to like Red Hulk or some bullshit, like, because apparently he's supposed to be like getting a 3. He's not getting a film, but he's getting a 3-part story arc, and apparently it started with Thor Ragnarok.
I figured that's what it was, because in that World War Hulk.
Yeah,
because
like,
they're gonna be in space or whatever,
which is dope. So, and it also makes me think like, what is going to happen in Guardians of the Galaxy 3? Like, where are they going from here? Like, who are they going to fight? Because you fought a planet. You fought a planet.
True.
And Kurt Russell, who played that role like well, like.
I hadn't seen Kurt Russell in anything ever since I don't remember when.
When Marvel throws that check, when Marvel calls. You don't deny.
You want me to do a Disney film? Oh, Marvel.
Marvel's a brand though, and like with Marvel, I kind of don't have any dignity. Like they could like somehow get my phone number. Like, yo, we want you to play, this street punk, and you do crack.
Yeah, just smoke crack the entire film.
And
all
I'll
right.
be the best crackhead portrayed in film since Chris Rock in New Jack City.
I knew you were gonna say
like
that.
I swear,
I'll
I'll have the wild like
you beat me to it.
powdered donuts lips, like throwing the crack pot across the room. Like, Spider-Man comes like, what's wrong? It keeps calling me, man.
Can't stop it.
Next thing you know, in the next film, I end up being Miles Morales. Miles' origin story is hella dark. It's like, yo, like.
I got bitten by a radioactive crack rock.
Yo, it's like, oh my. But somehow, like, that movie wins hella awards and shit. It's like,
Oh, yeah.
And for the best award, Najee Joyner and Miles Morales and Spider-Man Miles, whatever.
This is a first.
It's like, oh my God.
Crackhead wins an award for playing
It was
crackhead.
spellbounding. It was, you have like different cameos from like notorious, like crackheads and like comedies. Like you have like Tyrone Biggins.
It was the best movie I ever saw. It was almost like I was smoking crack myself.
You have like Charlie Sheen. Like,
can I get my $20? Say that. Let me get my money.
Yo, like, I don't care. Like, and like that at one point, I remember I added DC on Twitter because I'm just like, I'm not a huge DC fan, but I'm probably gonna go see Justice League just because. Yeah. Because Wonder Woman was actually great. Like that was a good film.
I really need to watch that.
It's good.
Because everybody keeps like hyping it up, and what little bit of Batman versus Superman I saw, I wasn't unimpressed. I was actually a little bit impressed.
Yeah, you gotta finish that. Like that is it's a piece of shit.
I know.
Like
I know. I mean, I know what everybody said, but there was just something about it. I don't really remember what it was, but it was probably just because it's so ridiculous. He's like, "How do you know that name? Why did you say her name?"
Like
it's like his mother's name is.
Martha is a common name. It's not like Superman's mom name is like Laquanda. Like
fucking Batman, the detective of all detectives.
Like
Can't
you make him
out.
sound fucking so stupid. Like like he has just a bat cave just to lift weights now.
Do a little training.
Like
do a little sweating.
He's doing CrossFit
I
near
don't
a
know
waterfall.
How to spell my own name.
Like he's just over there doing mad painkillers and shit. Like. Oh, yeah. Like Jeremy Irons looks like Robert Downey Jr. Like it's very creepy, but I just like he did me. Like he looked like an old grizzly Iron Man.
I'm gonna watch that movie. I'm gonna watch that movie and then I'm gonna watch Wonder Woman to get the taste out of my mouth.
Yeah, Wonder Woman is just great. Like there's this one specific line in Wonder Woman. Well, no, not a line. There was a moment in the movie that I saw it over at the Regal, and I think I had like 2 Hispanic women behind me, and there's a scene where these characters are around a campfire, and it's like a very diverse group because Wonder Woman's Amazon, and the character was just like this Irishman, then a Native American, this French or Italian guy, and it was like, oh, his people ruin everything, and they point to a white guy, and she was like, and like the two Hispanic people behind me was like, them motherfuckers. I wanted to dap them up, but I'm just like, out of respect, I can't be, with the loud dap in the movie theater. I'm like, those motherfuckers. I'm like, yeah, I felt that too. I'm like, yo, that's good writing. Like, I was just like, yo, line of the year. Like, and then like, Spider-Man: Homecoming was great, and
yeah, I saw it.
But Black Panther is gonna be like, that's gonna be a black experience. Like, that's just gonna be. That movie there's gonna smell like incense and
bean pies. Incense, bean pies.
They're not even gonna show like
people gonna wear their dashikis.
There's not even gonna be like trailers before the film. It's just gonna be like the screen's just gonna be black and there's gonna be a dude doing spoken word. He's gonna be referencing like hella people like MLK died today. They don't want to see the black man rise. Today, T.O. Terrell Owens. They kicked him out. Like, it's gonna be
T.O.
T.O. Turn over your ass, black man. That's what the white man says. Like,
it's funny.
Like, it's just gonna be a hella spoken word poems, a hella snaps. Like, just like people just gonna be snapping the whole movie. Like at the end, like Earth, Wind, and Fire. September is gonna be the outro song of Black Panther. It's not gonna make sense, but it's gonna be whatever. Like, it's gonna be no popcorn being sold. It's gonna be hella like fish plates.
Hell
like,
yeah. This is gonna be full on plates. We're gonna be frying fish in the lobby.
you have a low country boil and shit.
Get you some potato salad and some green beans.
People gonna be in the aisles with like crab legs.
Fat bag.
People have like the low country boil with the crab legs and shrimp. They got the newspaper spread and shit.
There's gonna be people selling their mixtapes. Like, oh no, it's cool. That's my cousin.
Yo, the only ad is a SoundCloud link. Yo, that might be a good marketing idea.
That is a good marketing idea.
Get that started. Like, yo, Rigo, I got an idea. NCG, I got an idea. I'm gonna put like the little QR code.
That fish fry.
Yo.
Come get you one plate, second plate's half off.
There's gonna be hella people in like bow ties and koofies. You need to put the pork down, my brother. This is what we can be. Like, dude, Wakanda's not a place. Like, Africa's low key
It's
like
not
this.
real.
Like, Africa's low key like this, but white people, imperialism. That could be us. We just need to band together. And it's like, we trying, but you kind of being divisive right now.
Here you go. Stop trying to sell me this paper. I already spent my money on my movie ticket.
You got hella Jehovah's Witness selling you the Watchtower. It's like, damn, like, dude, like, yeah, how y'all don't believe in shit? But like, why are you here at Black Panther?
Don't believe in nothing.
Y'all don't even celebrate birthdays. Like, y'all just start feeling like y'all just age. Like,
that's true.
Y'all like paint. Y'all just start drawing and shit. Like, y'all don't even call it aging.
Shout out to my homie. Shout out to my people.
Like, that shit's weird.
It represents everybody. Jeez. Everything is funny. Well, I think this is a good place to wrap up.
Yeah.
As always, I enjoy talking to you, man.
Yeah, most
We're
definitely.
gonna have to do this again. We might just have to make a show, just so we can have you on this joint every week, because you saved me a lot of having to make up stuff. Because
you just come with the wild topics.
Just be talking about whatever. But at least you give us some substance.
Yeah.
So I want to thank you for coming on. Appreciate you.
No problem.
And if there's anything any shout outs you want to do or anything that you want to say, just go ahead and let it rip.
As usual, shout out to Shemio Namaste from Age Old. Go listen to that Hey God, download it from Apple Music, Tidal if you're supporting Jay-Z, and SoundCloud if you just don't got any of those devices, you don't want to get an app, SoundCloud's free. You go there and listen to it, up my plays. And the email is najeejoyner@gmail.com, najeejoyner@gmail.com. You can follow me on Twitter at Sampsin Grey. That is SAMPSIN Gray with an E. Instagram is the same. You don't need to follow me on Snapchat. I don't snap like that.
Yeah, I feel that.
Like, I'm just there looking at people.
I'm on that joint. I don't even look at anybody's snaps.
I'm just like, yo.
I like snap 3 times a month.
I'm like, yo, this person has a cool life. But yeah, that's it. Once again, email is najeejoyner@gmail.com. Inquire about me for acting, music, anything. Just want a nice shoulder to cry on, ladies, or whatever. I'm here. I'm just bored. It's that season where it's getting cold. It's the cozy season. You gotta bundle up, you know.
I think you pronounced cuffing wrong.
So you gotta bundle up, get close. You know, I'll get fat for you, ma.
I'll get fat for you, ma.
Like, I'm 169, but I can get fat.
I'm a teddy bear. Well, and as usual, I'm your host with a half pack of Rolaids. Yusuf H. I'll tell you the story about that one day. I'll be here next week. Check us out. He may or may not be back. I don't know. You'll see him again.
You will.
We can't keep good guests off the show.
Oh, and one last thing. All right, so theater. If y'all know me as a student, real name's Najee. Don't care. Call me Najee or Sampson. Does not matter to me. So next week is the opening for USC Upstate's Midnight's Pillow, and you can come see that. Is a Shakespeare compilation about love. So come see some lovely scenes from some lovely actors, some young amateur actors. See, like the way I spun that.
I like that. Shakespeare's good stuff too.
Yeah, and actually making me like Shakespeare even more. I hated that motherfucker in high school at all times. Just like you're on, like if Shakespeare was in this room during high school, on site, on site. If I saw Shakespeare in real life on site, it was a problem.
Like you about to run up on
straight duff him, like like the Boondocks, like throw a chair and the people start fighting. Like it'll been that. But yeah, Midnight's Pillow. You could come see it Thursday through Saturday at 8 p.m. We're also gonna do a Friday matinee show, which is I want to say 11. Don't quote me on that, but for sure Thursday through Saturday at 8 p.m. The show is running at like an hour long, so you can just sit there, bring your friends, your family, your girl, your boyfriend, whatever. Bring whoever. And on Sunday at 3 p.m., like I said, it's Midnight's Pillow, written by Stephen Unwin, directed by Lee Nybert and Dina Nybert, and you can come see some cool love scenes from some lovely actors, get culture, get into the theater.
Cool. Well, thank you, sir. And as always, you can find this show on Erratica on YouTube, HARDERRATICA. On Facebook, same name. This is the Erraticast. That's also on Facebook. Formerly the Hubcast. This is, and you can reach me at either 2helixmedia@gmail.com or harderratica@gmail.com. We'll take your questions, comments, show suggestions, any of that. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will catch you on the flip. I'll see you later.
Peace.